What's going on? Um, this video is kind of late. I'm making this video kind of late. I'm up late, so but it needs to be made. It needs to be said because right now I'm somebody who's definitely have been sort of fluctuating a lot in shape shifting, and what I mean by this is that shit I'm having disassociation, and that it's down the line of just, also down the line of just becoming more detached from all of the bullshit that's around me and going on, and I'm learning myself a lot more to know that I'm somebody who is an empath, and I'm starting to look and hear around. I didn't heard around, or and picked up on videos of others explaining, other levels of empaths being dark empaths. So I'm somebody also who resonates to a lot of the those abilities as well as of being a dark empath. So I'm not only just an empath, I'm a dark empath. So being able to be somebody to just know how to literally control your emotional energy and where it goes and how it's directed, and how it can be fluctuated, and when coming across other energies that may want to use it or manipulate it or whatnot. So this just has a lot to do with that. And on that note, this video is just basically me just saying that I'm out. I'm out. And what the fuck am I out of? I'm out of, the whole. I'm out of everything that has to do with being in a box. Okay? I feel as though, like, with me waking up and me being somebody to have, when I came into, self, and I came into everything that went along with knowing becoming more of who I am as light, and, what I'm destined to be here to do and things like that. I felt as though, like, this video may be long as fuck too, so because I got a lot on my mind right now. So yeah, when I came to wake up, it's just almost though, like, yeah, that was the biggest thing that could possibly happen. Awakening is not just something that I fucking have. It's what you have. It's what everybody fucking here has and the ability to reach. You know what I'm saying? And it's a great time, like I always say, because it's happening. And it's a part of what I can, fucking see every fucking day is more people being able to fucking wake up and start to, crack this fucking fabricated matrix that we live in. People are getting their cheat codes every day. And it's just the fact that when 2020, when it striked the fucking beginning of the awakening, when it striked in a lot of people, it was at a time where it was something new. It was the happening. It was what was going on. But as that was going on, a whole lot of shady shit behind the scenes was going on as well. People were plotting. People were using that time to now submerge upon the energies of those awakening. It was their golden ticket to be, energy stealers. And this is what I kind of come to see now as far as in the board, in the community, of spirituality. It's something that just it's starting to become more of it's starting to become more of, a controlled community, excuse me. It's starting to become very controlling and starting to, force others force the wheel of others' journeys onto someone else. And everybody is starting to become very heavily opinionated upon what others are doing in their journey and how they are moving. Seeing that no one is stamped with somebody else's, name attached to their journey. This journey doesn't come with, oh, this person must lead you or that person must lead you. But no, because there is no direction in the community. That's what we all fail to realize, that there is no direction, because that of direction would stem to be somebody who is trying to be a leader of all over their journey and their path and where they must go and how they must go. No one can lead or fucking, get you where you need to go. And that's where it's like, I didn't got to the point where it's so much shit that I constantly keep seeing when I happen to come across messages, when I happen to come across messages that are sent to me. And I'm just picking up on all of the bullshit. And it's like, there are those that speak out, but I feel like there are so many people awakening right now that there are a lot of weak awakening souls that are being controlled by someone else who is more further along and far in their journey to know how to use energy to manipulate it and use it for their gain. And no one is helping these souls rightfully keep the energy within their square. And I see this. And being an empath, I pick up on it. And being that, it's just like, how can I be somebody to say this is the community I'm attached to when this isn't even a safe community? It's no safer than religion and all these other fucking, narcissistic communities that gatekeep, that control. It's no different than them. This community is more vulnerable than anything, because now people waking up, they're trying to they're opening up themselves to heal those wounded scars that they didn't had from when they were asleep. And now you have people out here, and instead of being a first aid medic and tending to the wounded, you got people out here that's coming off as army switchblades to cut more wounds into a person that's full of wounds. Excuse me. I don't give a fuck about that. I had to go cut that air off. I ain't editing none of this shit out. It's raw as fuck. About as raw as I'm coming now. I'm coming raw. This is just how I got to be. Fuck all that shit. I realize even more as well that, the more you wake up, the more you literally come out of, that state that you were once in before. You are literally somebody to now become somebody new. It's the whole metamorphosis process. We literally, in our awakening state, we shed our former selves. Who knows how many layers you're going to shed in your awakening? You may shed 50 yous just until you get to that turns into that butterfly to finally go through the metamorphosis. You may go through 50 sheds of you. You may have to, you know what I'm saying? You may have to shed away one version of yourself and shed away another version and shed away another version till you become whole, till you become complete. And I left off, can't remember where I left off, but before I dipped off for a second there. But the fact of, well, just getting back to what I was saying, the community and how I'm out. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no directional guidance in the community. People are being taken advantage of. People are literally not seeing that there is no real work being done on some of these people, these so-called woke individuals. They are really not doing the inner work on their end. And they're using practices and all of the teachings of law to get everything that they want in this physical life by using and manipulating and controlling the energy of you, of your soul. Because you have a lot of people out here who will not and are refusing to use discernment. That is the number one thing you should tap in with, or at least empower yourself behind when you awake, because it's your God-given right. As a God and a goddess, you have that right to literally discern through anything in life that does not appease to your soul, that does not resonate to the soul. You have that choice. That is by law, you have that choice to not align yourself to what is not aligned to you. Giving yourself to everybody is how you can become a walking target for energy consumption, for energy manipulation, for energy control. And like I said, there are a lot of people who that are waking up right now, that had woken up last year, that are dealing with their hurt, dealing with being vulnerable, open wounds, like wounds that are still open and are, now they're finding they found their light to start healing. But now you have people coming in, not being medics, not assisting, like I said before, but literally not willingly knowing that this person is also cutting more wounds in you while your wounds are healing, and you don't even know it. You don't even know that one issue that you are, selfly dealing with, they're causing another issue. Especially when you have, in this community, you have people trying to, bash and demean someone else on their journey upon life through issues that they are finding ways to resolve, their own resolutionary, solutions. And people want to bash someone else's, means of rightful servitude to their way of, fixing an issue. So it's like, bruh, what the fuck? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't trust a lot of niggas, man. I don't. Not right now. Not with so much shit going on, bro. We caught up in spiritual warfare, and this shit is always happening on a daily. Why? Because it be happening to me. But I weed through this shit. Nothing affects me when you aware. I'm awareness. I'm a vanish. I do not exist in flesh. This don't fucking mean nothing to me. This is how I cope. This is how I move. knowing that my flesh don't mean shit. This body don't operate nothing. I operate this body. So how can I be a flesh when flesh ain't shit? It's just a vehicle that my energy is, I'm able to move around with through the means of my energy being able to have an experience in this vessel. It's important to me because without it, I couldn't be able to be here and exist, right? So it is important. It does play its role, but know that know that the role it plays is not a role that is highly significant to my soul, to my energy. Because when I pass on, I don't take this vessel with me. This vessel don't get to go nowhere. It stays here on this third dimensional plane and lays in a cot, and I don't see it again. I'm out. And if you watching this video right now, and if you feel any of this, and it don't matter, you know what I'm saying? If you somebody who then woken up last year, or you didn't just you woke up at the beginning of this year, and you've been on your journey for a minute, and you feel like the community is on some, it's not the same anymore, I suggest you do the same thing and get the fuck out. Cause that Get Out movie, it goes a long way, man. When I tell you the rabbit hole goes deep, it goes deep, and I'm traveling down that motherfucker. I am traveling down that rabbit hole. The shit just don't cut off at a certain point. That bitch gets deep. Like motherfucking Matrix. You want to see how far the rabbit hole goes? People think that, you know what I'm saying, shouting out loud and proud that, oh, I'm out the Matrix, I'm out the Matrix. That's it. It's over and done with. You out the Matrix. You got a lot more fucking waking up to do if you just think that shit. And I was the same way, man. We all screamed it. We all did the same fucking thing. We out the Matrix, man. Ain't it a good time to be alive? We out this motherfucker. We out this motherfucker. I can't see how. When people still complaining about Matrix shit. This video is getting long, and I got a whole lot more shit to say. But I'm not gonna keep this video going too much longer, because when I say that I'm finna come, like I'm about to be uploading videos daily of just expressing myself. And listen, this is me. This is me now. This is me. I'm a beacon of love. I love. But the one thing I'm gonna be true to me. And I don't give a fuck who don't like me or if you don't rock with me, because this is me. This is as true and as real as you gonna get it. And people are not, cause see, the person that I was when I woke up, I was a vulnerable motherfucker. I really did do a whole lot of shit in the beginning when I woke up that wasn't really good energy management. I wasn't really practicing energy management in the beginning. At the beginning of me waking up and, going through my journey, I was reflecting more on becoming a better me. And I did that. I showed the world what love looked like. I showed the world what real looked like. I showed the world what being yourself looked like. Now it's time for me just to be me and not give a fuck about what a motherfucker gonna feel. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you feeling some type of way about you feeling some type of way about me not being who I was, that lets me know everything about you that I need to know. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this until I get up out this motherfucker. The fake is fake and the real is real. The real won't ever question the real, but the fake will. Because they ain't real in the first place. So on that note, just want to say again, man, I'm out. I'm out of this shit. I'm not spiritual no more. I'm me. If anything, I go on the accord of what resonates to my soul. And I know for a damn show, I'm all for the peace, prosperity, and love, wealth for all and self. But all this shit, all this weirdo shit that's going on in the community and with, you know what I'm saying, how I'm just seeing a lot of shit going down, man, that shit is not for me. One thing about me is I don't like clubs. I don't like to be attached to something that just is a mediated, like, you know what I'm saying, like somebody's handling it. You know, I wouldn't have thought that this would have been something that everybody would have been able to move on their own and do what they want to do with, and allow people, and then you can't even have certain opinions. How the fuck you gonna be woken up and be able to come into all this self-knowledge and be able to, you know what I'm saying, see through certain veils, and niggas can't even fucking say what the fuck they want to say because somebody else gonna get timid or feel like they feelings getting hurt. That's you not fucking doing the inner work. You feeling like you still fragile. You still sensitive. What the fuck you sensitive for? Why you still hanging on to the lower? Why you still holding on to your lower self? That's where all that fear, that sensitivity, all that emotional bullshit comes from. It comes from down there. You ain't somebody to fucking care what another nigga got to say about what the fuck is really going on with this chaotic world that we come and live in, and, you know, see through the veil in the way we see, and see the shit that be going down in the way it does. You're not somebody to try to bash somebody, try to, you know, turn off somebody else's light when they trying to shine it upon a situation. And that's the problem I have with this fucking community and shit that goes down, is that people want to hear shit that they want to hear, and don't want to hear shit that they don't want to hear. When that's the truth. Truth fucking hurts. But as they say, the truth will set you free.